good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are tuning into this video. A lot of stuff been just put on me lately. So I'm gonna start off with this. It says surrender and rest. The verse comes from Matthew chapter 11, 28, 30. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burdens is light. So what he's basically telling us, and I'm gonna go over here before I do that. A peaceful community comes from Philippians chapter 2, verse 1. Does your life in Christ give you strength? Question mark. Does his love comfort you? Question mark. Do we share together in the spirit? Question mark. Do you have mercy and kindness? Question mark. Okay, so back to this. We have to, we really have to stop trying to live life our way, ourselves. Um, he said, "For my yoke is light," meaning I have no problems, nothing. Lay your burdens at my feet. So he basically saying, whatever you lay down, I'm go. Okay, say for instance, you dealing with anger. Here you go, God. Surrender your anger to him. Here you go. Oh, I get love and kindness back. A 2 for 1. Okay, so let me try something else. Um, untrusting. I get trust put in me. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Stress and worry. Oh, I get peace, rest, assurance. Everything that we give him, he gives back to us. Everything bad, burden that we give to him, he gives back to us good, peaceful, comfort. So we gotta really stop trying to live this life by ourselves. Something we didn't create. We didn't create us. A lot of us don't even really know who we truly are. I promise you, I'm speaking off experience, man. I have been lost. And still at times I find myself to where I have to get back, like, in the loop. Because I know without Jesus and God, I'm no one. I'm lost. He said he would leave his 99 sheep to go find that lost one. I was that one that he went and found. He still does that to this day. He was the same in the biblical days. He was the same before anything, before he created anything. He was the same. He's the same. He was the same yesterday. He's the same right now, and he's going to always be the same forever. God is not going to change. So how could you not put your trust in your faith and your love in someone that you know would never change? I'm telling y'all, man, it helps you so much. And before I end this video, this is a side note. Um, I was put on me when I was in Vegas, modeling. I do the quotation marks because it really wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? Um, so he put on me to come up with an all lives matter. Cause a lot of Black Lives Matter stuff was getting thrown at me because I was modeling clothing, people clothing brands or whatever. I'm all the way up north. They coming at me with this. I'm like, every agency I met with there was structured around that. I'm like, wow. And like it wasn't even like that. Like the people on the outside, like when you go outside and go, like I used to walk to the store and everything. People was so friendly up there. Like I ran into a white woman, a white lady, a white queen, um, an older woman. I ran into her. I was at the store and I was getting some stuff, and um, when I was fixing the buy, she was like, "Oh no, that's on me." All the way up north now. She like, "No, that's on me." I was like, "Ma'am, you know me, I'm kind of uncomfortable." I'm like, "No, ma'am, I got it." You know. She was like, "No, you are very welcome. Like you're okay. I got you." She was like, "We're all family." Didn't never seen me a day of her life, and we in like on one of the kind of like support rough ends in Vegas. Okay, so I'm like, so why every agency I go to dealing with Black Lives Matter up here? So I got through at me a nice percentage, and someone was telling me. I knew what it was. It was like, no, turn it down, turn it down. Come up with an All Lives Matter clothing brand. Like, so I know who it is. You know, I'm like, God, man, like I'm turning down everything. I don't have nothing. So I literally left the next day with nothing to my name. A man that I knew, a white man, uh, cashed out me some money. Brought my plane ticket. Cashed out me some money. So all I had was like the $300 he cashed out me. Free females. This was before I was married. Free females that cashed out me. But yeah, that's all I had. Um, Came back down here to Alabama, and I literally didn't have nowhere to go for real. Um, so my uncle introduced me to a white man, Mr. Jody. I still mess with him to this day. He sold me a car. It didn't have no. He didn't have a title for it. It was a man that he knew mother car that didn't want it no more. He sold it to me for $300, y'all. Yet I still don't know how I was gonna get this clothing line popping. I didn't have. I was staying in my car. I started working, um, living out of my car. Literally. Fast forward, I meet up with a female, my wife now, who had a daughter. We had messed around a long time ago. I didn't even recognize who she was. who she was. Um, had a daughter. Come to find out, it's my daughter. We ended up getting together. We went through like we went through a couple of rough scenarios together, like life wise. We went through the valley, but the whole time, what I'm trying to tell y'all, the time that I was and the time that we were going through the valley, we can look back and see his footprints in our minds. We knew that he was right there with us. So we got the license for it. We started the clothing line. Recently, God has literally been telling me, you started that clothing line and you think it's yours. So that's why it's not prospering yet. I have my hands on this. You have my approval. But until you realize who's the owner of this movement slash clothing line, I can't let it go nowhere. So what I'm basically saying, I had to learn that I had to come to humility and humbleness to know that yes, he gave me the idea. He chose me to be the vessel to carry this out. He probably put this on so many other people that was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. You know, because there's a lot of stuff going on, especially where I stay. Well, a lot of people really ain't rocking with it, but it's cool because it's God's work. You know what I'm saying? If he be with you, who can be against you? He who is in you is way greater than he who is in the world. The one that whom I serve, track record is undefeatable, flawless, never lost. So I had just recently thought about it, and it was put on me. For it is written, man should not live off bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out the mouth of God. So when it say by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God, you could think about scriptures like, for I made you in my image and my likeness, and I was proud. You can think about all that type stuff. So I had to put kingdom life at the top of every shirt because this is a kingdom life mindset. It's coming from him. In the middle of this is the cross with the blood that he shed. Under it says all lives matter. So this one shirt says so many things. By the blood that Jesus shed, allow all our lives to matter. Because I never thought about it. I used to think crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Before I surrendered and really like got in the word and I mean like God started working through me and speaking to me, like I would never think that I'd be the one talking about all lives matter. You feel what I'm saying? Like in the Bible, we were Gentiles. Let me get this clear. If you're not a Jew, if you're not Jewish, whether you're white, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, Hawaiian, black, mixed, Indian, if you're not a Jew, you are a Gentile. That's why they never reference any race in the Bible. It was only Jew or Gentile. So when Jesus died for us, he died so that the Gentiles can have salvation as well as Jews, which are the chosen. But that just don't mean all Jews are going to heaven. All of them don't reap the inheritance. You still have to play your part. We're not just children of God. We're heirs under Jesus. That means we're kings and queens. That's why I call pretty much all women queens. It's not a pickup line. It's not a come up line. I'm married. I'm happily married. But I'm going to call you a queen until you understand why you're a queen. Or why you being called a queen. Because that's what you was created to be. We have a kingdom life here, y'all. He don't want us to just wait to heaven to get caught up with him, because it might be too late. Play your part in the kingdom life here. You got to take your stance wherever he placed you at. You got to guard that post. You got to push that out. But you got to do it with him. So I just came here to let you know, man, if God put something in you, man, step out and do it. No matter what you got or what you don't have. Because what you have right now is exactly what you need to get started. Because that means you stepping out on faith. God already has everything prepared. But then when you start doing it and you start getting a little bit more into it, after you stepped out and you seeing what's coming from it, you got to lean back and realize, like, you're still not the boss of that. That is your purpose, your godly purpose. The only reason you're able to fulfill that purpose is because of God. That is God's business. This is God's business. I'm just a worker. I'm a servant. I'm just a willing vessel. So everything that proceeded out of God's mouth, because it is written, that means everything. So don't go to the Bible and nitpick because, okay, you feel like this, you comfortable with this verse right here. This can help you. But then you disregard the rest of the chapter. Like every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God, that means the whole Bible. Even if you feel like you don't correlate or you're not feeling that, it doesn't matter. Because that is what he spoke. Whether it was through someone or whatever, he spoke that. You have to align yourself with the whole Bible. You can't choose which commandments that you like. Oh, I need this. I gotta steal. That's optional. Like you making commandments optional, and then these are okay. Yeah, I gotta go by them. Like, come on, man, you gotta go by everything. Quit thinking. We don't know nothing. It's whom is that is in us. He who that is in us. That allows us. It's not knowledge, it's wisdom. When Jesus was born, what did God send? He sent 3 wise men. Wise, wisdom. Why did he send it? Okay, he could have sent 3 comedians, 3 pimps, 3 kings. He sent 3 wise men. It's a reason for all of that, y'all. Wise wisdom. We can't get wisdom from nowhere but God. We can't get peace from nowhere but God. Through Jesus. Wisdom is not something, it's someone. Or peace is not something, it's someone. But yeah, I love y'all, man. Let's get it together, y'all. Together. We gonna get it together. Because every day it's a learning process for all of us. Even the people that be on here speaking to y'all, like me or anybody else, DeMarcus, anybody that you hear on YouTube or preachers. Every day is a learning process for everyone. No one on this earth is perfect or never be. Never will be. But allow him to use you through your imperfections. Because that's what he want to do. Look at all the disciples. All of them had a track record. They were either killers, thieves, probably prostitutes or pimps to prostitutes. They probably sold drugs. You know, like all of them had a track sheet. All of them. Pretty much in the modern day, they would have been felons. All of them, ex-cons. In our terms, Jesus chose them, and He used them through their imperfections. Paul, who was Saul, the man, the king that was killing all the Jews, he used him. He changed his name from Saul to Paul, and Paul became one of the greatest people in the Bible. One of them, Peter. Even though he know Judas was gonna turn on him, he chose him because he knew that it was written. Even before the Bible, he knew it was written. He knew that that's what God wanted him to do. God instructed him through life. It wasn't his choices, it was God's. Jesus was just a willing vessel in flesh. So so everything we going through, whether it's pain, whether it's tormenting, whether it's um betrayal, whether it's um denial, uh whatever you're dealing with, Jesus has dealt with it. He had flesh. He was spit on. He was beat. He was talked about. He was lied. He was betrayed. Lied on. Like, he felt it. He had feelings. He had skin. Like he said, for I have overcame the world. So he's telling us we could do the same thing. But with him. Only with him. Because he couldn't have did it without God. God was working through him. And when he died and ascended to heaven, then he got the throne over us. That's why his spirit descended from heaven. He told his disciples, he said, I can't be with y'all too much longer. Like, how long do I gotta be here with y'all? Pretty much, how long do I gotta keep suffering for y'all? Y'all literally walking with me, seeing me do miracles every day. But ain't really learning nothing y'all need to learn. But what I'm fixing to do is like well beyond what I can do in flesh. Like, I can't be in Jerusalem and Pakistani or Pakistan and at the same time, or Asia. I can't be there. But what I'm descending down on y'all, it's gonna be able to be everywhere. Feed your spirit, man. I promise y'all. I promise y'all, it's gonna start getting so much better. Life may be lifing, but you gonna be able to deal with it better. Because God is gonna be with you. Jesus is with us. He's with you now. But he can't fight nothing that you want to allow him to. Put them boxing gloves up, man. A lot of these battles is not for us to fight. It's a spiritual thing. You fighting a person that you can't even see. And if we do be living when he get let loose, a lot of us can't fight him. We can't fight the devil, man. We can't fight him. We can't win. But our Father can. Like I call my daughter Princess. She don't get that because of my arrogance. She get that because of who my Father is. You're a queen. Because who your Father is. Who your Creator is. Not the person that produced you. Or helped produce you. No, the person that created you. Allow him to continue to mold you. We're clay. We come out imperfect. We come out to sin. We gotta allow him to continuously mold us to where he really want us to be, or to who he really want us to be. I'm sorry this video was this long, y'all. I didn't mean to go this long. It's just, but I love y'all, man. No matter who you is, what diagnosis they gave you, what disability they said you have, what color you are, what financial state you're in, doesn't matter. Always know that your life matters. We're all one body. I don't care if I'm just a fingernail. I'm playing a part. And you gotta know it's the same thing. Don't worry about what you are. As long as you're a part of the body, you're good. I love y'all, man. Till next time.